Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you're put in the back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Alright guys, so we move on to basically, guys, the final 4 scheduled fights in Section 17, Gender Wars. And as always, this one comes from me. So I picked the likes of Raquel Irvin, aka Rocket, versus Sam Guthrie, aka Cannonball. So we got Rocket versus Cannonball here. 2 individuals. Let's kick it off. We kick it off with Rocket Girl, or Rocket. That's her alias. We should know who Rocket is. She was the partner sidekick for Icon, created by Dwayne McDuffie and Mark Bright. She grew up in a very Paris Island. That was a very hard, very low part of Dakota, actually. She is also the first teenage mother in comics. Yeah. And once again, like, I'm not joking about that, guys. She's a mother. She's a teenage mother. Now, Rocket basically came into contact with August Freeman IV, aka Icon, when some of her friends tried to rob his place, and she wanted to help, try to convince him that she's not bad. So Icon came up with the idea of giving her a part of his escape pod from his ship, and morphed it into the Interina Winder. Basically, it goes around her waist, and it gives her abilities. And it was also Rocket that actually convinced August to become Icon, in a sense. Now, the winder that is around her waist gives her force fields. It creates it enables her to fly, and anything kinetic really will bounce right off her. She's very good at flying. She's got hand-to-hand combat training as well, due to her being a partner with Icon. Her maneuverability when flying is superb. And she definitely is very outspoken. That's one thing about Rocket that's always been that way. She will get in your face if she feels like it. I've seen her talk down Batman once, and I'm not joking about that. But she's a great character nonetheless. All right, so moving on to her combatant in this, we move on to the mutant, the good old Kentucky boy himself, Sam Guthrie. One of my favorite mutants, X-Men. He's a part of the New Mutants, and he's been around the X-Men since he was a teenager. So we watched Sam grow up. He is not the only member in his family that's a mutant. Perhaps his whole bloodline are mutants. Sam is a great character. He's a very good character. Nowadays, he's not only does he still teach at the Jean Grey school, he's an Avenger now. Him and Sunspot are Avengers, and I'm very happy to see that he's a part of that elite group of heroes now. As you all know, Sam's mutant ability is he taps into thermokinetic energy that pretty much enables him to fly like a cannonball, and it also creates a thermal force field around him. So whatever he runs into, he's plowing right through like a human cannonball. Ain't no stopping this guy. He is basically invulnerable, and he used to have trouble with his maneuverability, but now he's really good at it. Uh, but like I said, he's got good leadership skills. He's a great character, guys. He's just a good old Kentucky country boy, and you gotta love him for that. Uh, so we move on to the battle breakdown. All right. So we have technology versus kind of mutant ability in a sense. Um, Now I forgot to mention that Rocket does have a weakness. Um, Her force field can't seems to not have effects on thermal energy. Therm it So that could be a problem if with Cannonball. Now the point about this is this would be a fight of mistaken identity in a sense. The way I look at it'd be more of a fight that nobody's gonna get killed here, but there's gonna be some damage being done. But I don't see these two killing each other because both have great maneuverability in the air. Cannonball does have some surprises also, as well as he's been learning how to uh, use concussion shots through his thermal energy as well. But I don't see them really hurting each other, but just a misunderstanding. But what about you guys? Rocket or Sam Guthrie Cannonball? And I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. This is the first time I actually get to use these two characters before. Hopefully I'll be able to use these two in the future again. Um, but these two characters I do love. I have a lot of respect for. Both are great characters that need more push. I'm glad to see Marvel is pushing Cannonball, and DC, y'all need to start pushing. Well, you know what I'm gonna say about that, guys. But anyway, you guys enjoy, and I'll move on to the next fight for today, and I'll be right back.